Some things you should know about me. I'm a born and raised Texan. Nope. I don't trust tabloids or the meat from Taco Bell. And I'm really close to my brother, Eiler. Eiler was born with a partially paralyzed tongue and severely clubbed feet as a result of a brain malformation. The doctors told us that he would never walk or talk, and I'm pretty sure the word vegetable was thrown around. I felt that it was my duty to be the best big sister ever. I was going to be the guide for him throughout life. So I painted his nails bright colors, and I helped him build caves out of bed sheets. And we played hide and seek for hours in the house. And yes, I did lose him once or twice in the kitchen cabinets, but you know, it was part of him growing up. Big sister got to toughen him up. And throughout all this time, Eiler was undergoing multiple corrective surgeries for his feet. And as part of the post-surgery therapy, he had to stand every night in these very rigid braces that basically pushed the bones and muscles in his feet to take the right form in hopes that he might one day stand. So for every night, I thought it was a good idea to bring out an old VCR tape of an NSYNC concert we had. Eiler and I loved NSYNC. Eiler wanted to be NSYNC, every member of NSYNC as one person. And I wanted to be Mrs. Timberlake. I loved Justin Timberlake. I loved him so much that I dressed up as him for Halloween 3 years in a row. So every night, Eiler's there for 45 minutes during the concert. He's dancing along with them. And he eventually builds up enough strength in his legs to walk with a walker. And I remember him taking his first steps, and I cried. And the only other time I was that moved was my first bite of a filet mignon. So when we found out that NSYNC was coming to town for a concert, we of course bought tickets. And then Eiler sees in the local newspaper that Chris Kirkpatrick, the one NSYNC member with dreadlocks, was going to be signing autographs at our local Macy's. And he looks up at my mom and is like, "Mom, I see Chris?" And she's like, "Of course." So early one morning, just the two of them trudge on down to Macy's, and Mom's surrounded by all of these teeny boppers looking like they're auditioning for America's Next Top Model. She's distinctly not. And a security woman sees the pair of them and is like, "Okay, what's your story?" And my mom simply says, "I just want to thank NSYNC for inspiring my son to walk." So the security woman, blubbering, walks away. Next thing my mom knows, they're being escorted to the front of the line. They meet Chris. And he's so touched by their story, he gives them passes for our entire group to get a backstage tour before the concert. So Mom comes home that night and tells us, and all I can think is, I am about to meet my future husband. Do you think he'll like me? Do you think he'll mind that I'm like 10 years younger than him? Or that I'm not even wearing a training bra yet, because I was 10 at the time? Late bloomer. So day of the concert arrives, and Chris meets us backstage, shows us around, but then out comes the band. And upon sight of seeing Justin Timberlake, I just stopped breathing, and I blacked out. I don't know what happened after this. But I do have a picture that's like commemorating the moment. It's me, my mom, my brother, the rest of the band, and I'm standing in between Justin and JC. And obviously, at the moment someone was taking the photograph, both of them put their hands on my lower back, and forever, in a just timeless picture, I am frozen as this. So the band goes off to prepare, and Chris goes, "Hey, where are you guys sitting?" And my mom's like, "Oh, you know those nosebleed seats up there?" And he's like, "No, you're in the tower." So the tower was this 20 by 20 stage in the middle of the concert arena that was connected to the main stage by a long walkway. It was about 3 stories high. If Rapunzel had it as good as we did, she never would have left her tower. Because we had air conditioning on a hot Texas night, we had chips and drinks, we had TV screens for when NSYNC would literally be dancing right above us. It was just incredible. And Eiler's sitting next to me during the entire concert, and we're jamming out. And then in the middle of the concert, as NSYNC is climbing the stairs outside of the tower to get to the top, Joey pops his head in, waves high, signs a sign name to Eiler, and then pops back out and goes up. And Eiler just looks over at me and he goes, "I love NSYNC." So the next day, it feels like a dream until I'm looking at one of the tabloid magazines and it says, Joey gives special VIP treatment to special girlfriend in Tower. Who could mysterious Rapunzel be? And I'm like, I'm Joey's girlfriend. I'm that special girl. I am famous. Now, we all know he was probably waving to Eiler, but as far as I'm concerned, I was the only eligible bachelorette in that tower. So, you know, the tabloids got it all wrong, but in a way, so did I, because here I thought I was going to be that big sister to Eiler. He was going to need me in life. He doesn't need me at all. Eiler now walks completely independent of any walker, wheelchair, crutches, nothing. He went to prom last year and had a date, which is way more than I can say. And I just have this extreme pleasure of watching Eiler grow up to be who he wants to be. He completely disregards what people tell him is possible and strives after his goals. And so I'm inspired to do the same, to strive after my own goals in life, which is why I'm still holding out for Justin Timberlake.